Hey, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I am 30 weeks and 1 day today, and in about an hour I have my 30-week growth scan and cervical length check. These last 2 weeks have definitely been a little harder on my body. I was telling Kevin the other day that, in some of the Facebook pregnancy groups, there's a lot of people who are just really miserable, and I don't feel like I've hit that point. I'm fine. I'm not miserable, but I have definitely had more uncomfortable days than comfortable days in the last 2 weeks. The first thing being just my swollen ankles. I mean, my feet are just sausages. The ankles don't exist anymore. It's just a solid piece of meat. And I wear compression socks, I elevate, try to stay off my feet, and I'm working from home, so I'm sitting a lot more than I would have been, say 6 months ago, but my feet are just definitely swollen. Next, my belly. There's some days where it just feels so firm and so hard that it's uncomfortable. Even the thought of eating is not enjoyable. Or I'll start to eat and I'll take 3 or 4 bites and I'm just done because I just physically don't feel like I can fit anything in there because my belly is so firm. There's still lots of room to grow. I don't feel like my skin is tight. I'm not itchy, so I know there's more room for it to get bigger. It just still feels so firm and full. And trouble sleeping. It's not even insomnia anymore. It's more of just, I cannot get comfortable. I go to sleep propped up so that way I can help with the acid reflux, and then whether I'm on my right side, my left side, which they prefer you to be on your left side so you're not, I think it's like crimping certain arteries, but I try to rotate between the two because I just can't get comfortable, and so there's a lot of tossing and turning. And then sometimes if I'm laying on the left side and they don't like it, they start kicking a lot more, so then that wakes me up. So then I flip to the right, then they don't like that, then they're kicking, so then I prop up, and it's kind of a constant struggle of finding that spot that they're going to be comfortable in so they're not kicking me. And it makes sleeping really difficult. So sometimes I'll move out to the couch, sometimes I come back to bed, sometimes I just don't go back to bed at all and I'm just up on Netflix. But that's definitely been, in the last 2 weeks, harder because I'm just not able to get as comfortable. I also mentioned it last week, the rhinitis. So that's getting better because I am taking Claritin, but the pressure in my left ear is just, some days it's just really bad. And they did mention, my OB said I could do the Flonase, or maybe not Flonase, but there's a certain nasal spray that I can do, but it has steroids in it, and so they don't want you really to use it unless it's an emergency and you have to, because it can also raise your blood pressure, which you don't want to do either. So I've kind of been trying to stay away from that and staying more Claritin and everything, but man, sometimes the pressure in my ear is just so much where it, chewing gum, plugging your nose and blowing, or just trying to relieve some of that pressure, it doesn't help. Everything here is just really swollen, but nothing is coming out. So that's gotten worse over the last 2 weeks. Kevin has been absolutely wonderful. I just love him and adore him, but he is such an amazing partner and so supportive, and he's been rubbing my feet every night after dinner for years. This isn't nothing new, but because of the swelling, he's really, doing extra massages and, making sure to get up and get things for me, or just, he's so attentive to when I'm uncomfortable and helping me get through those emotions. Because there's been a couple days where I've definitely broke down because I am just uncomfortable. And I'm the type of person that I don't get sick often. When I do, I'm a huge baby. So when I'm starting to feel like I'm unable to do things, I am the same. I get frustrated with myself because I think I should be able to do it, because really, I'm not that big. I'm really not that miserable, not that uncomfortable, but it just feels 100 times worse because I'm not used to feeling this way. And so I have a hard time working through that. So he's just been such an amazing partner while I'm going through all of this. And I'm about to go get ready to go to my appointment, so I will check back in when I return. So great news today from my appointment. My cervix stayed exactly the same. So it was measuring between 1.6 and 1.9, depending on if they were pressing on my stomach or not. Still closed, They did do another protein swab just to be safe. I got that call. That was negative. So we're just gonna keep taking it 2 weeks at a time and hope things keep going smoothly. And as I expected, little guy is still breech, not moving. And she last time was on my far right side, but now she has moved to the left. She's also breech still. So it's looking more and more like we're probably gonna end up with a C-section, which I'm fine with. It's really, I don't care as long as they're here safe and sound. She's measuring 2 pounds and 15 ounces, and he's measuring 3 pounds and 3 ounces, which is pretty much on target. They've been staying about 4 ounces difference between the two of them and on their measurements, so they're not worried about her not getting enough nutrients just yet. They'll keep watching them to make sure that they're within the same or within acceptable weight of each other. I have next week an appointment with my OB to get my Tdap shot, just do a couple of checks, and then I have a cervical link check at 32 weeks, another growth scan at 34, and basically the MFM just said, let's just get you to 35 and let's see what happens. I'm hoping we go to 38, but we'll see. They are a little bit smaller than I thought. I thought because I have gained 12 pounds in the last month, I thought that they would be at least 3.5 pounds, so I was a little bit shocked, but I don't know. Yeah, 12 pounds all belly though. I've officially, I want to say around 18 weeks, Kevin and I were having a little, I don't want to say a bet, but it was kind of a bet about where my final weight would be, and I had guessed 201, but now I'm 201. So now I'm thinking maybe 210. But I don't feel, like, it's crazy. I don't feel this big. It really is like mostly belly, but even my belly doesn't feel that big. So yeah, I don't know. Thank you for following along with me, and if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe for future updates. Thank you for watching.